If you're a person who's extremely pissed off right now about the Trump administration's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files, or the continuation of these wars that Trump promised us that he would end, this video's for you. I've actually been talking to a lot of people who I know personally, friends, family, people who have generally at some point considered themselves MAGA or a Trump supporter in some way or fashion, and I keep hearing them say things like the Republicans and the Democrats are just two sides of the same coin. And they're not wrong, and if you're in that same boat, you're not wrong either. And that might be leaving you asking what exactly that coin is. What are both of these political parties supporting? Now, there are many examples that I could bring up to illustrate the point, but let's go ahead and take a look at that spending bill that just passed. Not only were Medicare and other benefits cut for middle class and poor people, but there were huge tax cuts for the richest people in this country. And what about you? What about the working class? Did you guys get a tax cut? Well, they gave you little crumbs. Like, let's take no tax on tips, for example. What Donald Trump and anybody who voted for that disastrous bill will always fail to mention is the fact that over 30% of people who rely on tips as part of their income make so little money already that they don't even qualify to pay federal taxes in the first place. So when you realize that an already relatively small group of people in this country, an entire third of that group, don't even qualify for this benefit in the first place, you really begin to get the picture. And that might be leaving you asking yourself, why is it that the tax cuts for the people who already have more money than they know what to do with will never expire, but those little crumbs that you get, you have to stress and have anxiety every few years just to hope and pray that they pass another bill where you might get a few more crumbs? Well, the really obvious answer to that question is they truly do not give a about you. And that goes for Republicans and Democrats alike. Now, it would be a very bad day for Donald Trump and the rest of the political elite, again, that includes Republicans and Democrats, if you woke up one day and really understood who the true enemy was. So what do? They give you another villain to be mad at. And right now, the latest example of that fake villain is immigrants. When in reality, the net economic impact that immigrants have on this country, that goes for documented and undocumented immigrants, is a positive one. These immigrants aren't the reason why first-time homeownership is at one of the lowest levels that it's ever been in this country. And they're definitely not the reason that the gap between what a home costs and what the average American earns is the biggest it's ever been. No, it's the corporate landlords and hedge funds like BlackRock and Home Innovations that are buying out entire neighborhoods. So I guess what I'm asking is this. In this moment where you feel disappointed, betrayed, and pissed off at the politicians or the party that you once put your hope in, I'm asking you to wake up. Because no matter how much they lie and they pretend like they care about you and they want you to succeed, that couldn't be further from the truth. Because at the end of the day, their loyalty isn't to you. It's not to me, it's not to the working class, it's to the billionaires, it's to the corporations, and it's to the ruling class who's been robbing us blind while they keep us distracted and divided.